chamber when it was then overrun Wednesday afternoon.
She talked to KTON 9's Stacey Butler tonight about her ordeal, and she's calling now for action against the Capitol Police Chief.
Torres is calling for the arrest of Capitol Police Chief Stephen Sund, who resigned yesterday. She claims he initially refused the help of the National Guard and claims he didn't arm enough of his officers in riot gear. She says there's more.
This was an inside job. Certainly there were officers that are potentially involved in the incident that happened. Insiders, you don't get to find the offices of leadership in the areas where they are, in the hidden areas where they are. You don't get to walk around the Capitol the way some of these people did, not just on Wednesday, but on Tuesday, without an insider letting them in. We need to know who those people were, and we need to prosecute them.
Representative Torres is calling not only for the arrest of the police chief, but for a full investigation into the backgrounds of all the officers who were on duty.
And it raises
It is 12:50, July 12th. Man, 6 days. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That was a Representative Torres. That played yesterday, about 24 hours ago. 24 hours ago, that played from L.A. That was an L.A. station, I think a CBS affiliate, about a Representative Torres saying that, hey, how'd these people know where the fuck to go in the Capitol? Because it's a goddamn maze, man. It's a goddamn maze. How'd they fucking know where to go? Right? Listen, I'm making this video to warn you guys. Beware of the hand when it's coming from the left. Beware of the hand that's coming from the left. You know, they're talking about the articles of impeachment. Nancy Pelosi said that she was going to push out articles of impeachment. Yesterday, 60 Minutes, she said he's unfit, he's got to go, nuclear codes, all this shit, right? Check this out. Now she's talking about we're counting on Mike Pence to do the right thing in the 25th Amendment. For real, bitch? Did you not watch that debate where the fly landed on dude's head and didn't move? That's Nosferatu. That motherfucker's dead. What the fuck? You think he's gonna do the right thing? What kind of bullshit is this? Check this trick bag out, man. Check this trick bag out. This is the 14th Amendment that they're talking about. Everybody's talking about the 14th Amendment, right? Check this out. Here it is. I'm going to read it out to you. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office or civil, military under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies therein. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. You understand what that means? You understand what that means? That means that you need 2/3 to overrule someone being kicked out under the 14th Amendment, Article 3. It doesn't mean you need 2/3 to enforce it. You understand what I'm telling you? Yeah, Nancy Pelosi and everyone else, they're playing these fucking games about, yeah, we're going to impeach him. We're going to send the articles of impeachment up on Wednesday. No. Article 14 of the Constitution, Section 3, I just read it to you. And these people have engaged in sedition and insurrection. They need to get kicked the fuck out. I don't understand this bullshit about this impeachment. Fuck impeachment. Right? Just like Twitter. This is sad, man. Twitter and Amazon Workspace and Google is removing his access to get to his followers. You people need to pull his people that are in power out right now with this Article 14. I just read it to you. Not only does the Article 14 and Section 3 of the Constitution say that they can pull out Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley and Mo Brooks and all those other people, right? Not only can they pull them out, people who've taken the oath to uphold the Constitution include federal officers. military officers, your sheriff, the constables, state police, National Guard officers. Yeah. You know that thing I just played you about the Torres talking about, hey, man, the chief of police, and the chief of police just testified talking about, you know what, it was fucked up from all above, and the Secretary of the Army, he fucked around, and he did the wrong thing, and all this bullshit. Article 14, Section 3. Yeah. If you want to reverse it, you need 2/3 of the House to vote to say, oh, no, this guy's not getting kicked out. How much you want to bet that 2/3 of the House is going to vote to keep Ted Cruz in, Josh Hawley in, Mo Brooks in? Huh? These fools have been acting out. Ron Johnson, Wisconsin. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. She is 3rd in line to lead the United States. Actually 2nd, right? It's the President, Vice President, Speaker of the House. She's 2nd in line. Here's another little trick bag that they're messing you around with. You know how Mitch McConnell was saying that even if Nancy Pelosi brings up the things of impeachment, he's not even going to see it until 1 hour after Biden is sworn in? Check this out. The Vice President actually has more power than Mitch McConnell. No shit. No shit. If the Vice President wanted to convene the Senate, he can do that shit. The Vice President is the President pro tem, which means anytime he fucking wants to, or she, Kamala Harris, think about this when Kamala Harris becomes Vice President. Anytime the Vice President wants to, if they want to convene the Senate in an emergency case or something, yeah, she can just roll into the fucking Senate and call the Senate to order. She's the Senate pro tem. She's the President of the Senate. Or he. Yeah. See how that trick bag works? Yeah. Did you notice Jim Clyburn? Jim Bojangles Clyburn. Oh, man, Jim Clyburn's a trip, man. Let me tell you a little something about Jim Clyburn. I used to live in South Carolina. For real, I used to live in South Carolina. I lived near White Horse Road, down from Travelers Rest, and when I finally got settled there, I lived in the apartment right next to the golf course, across the freeway from the club. I can't remember the name of the club, but yeah. Like I said, I was a nomad back in the day, man. Anyway, let me tell you something about Jim Clyburn. Jim Clyburn, district that he's in, you know the movie Radio with Cuba Gooding Jr., the guy, you know, Radio? He's from Anderson, South Carolina. I've seen that dude. When I was living in South Carolina, I've seen that dude. You go to the games in South Carolina, he still does the thing like in the movies. He doesn't look anything like Jimmy. Trust me, he doesn't. But, right, check this out, man. In 2003, BMW, Bavarian Motor Works, BMW, built a plant, was building a plant in South Carolina. This one, Nikki Haley was governor, right? And because of Nikki Haley and the little oligarch money she can move around, that's why she was able to remain governor. She's kind of popular still, right? She brought BMW to South Carolina. Jim Clyburn was the minority whip at the time. He did not have any ability to use his position to bring that job to Anderson. You know where that BMW plant is? It's in Spartanburg, South Carolina. That BMW plant is in Spartanburg, South Carolina, which is a predominantly white neighborhood, and it's predominantly Klan neighborhood too. If you look like me, you don't really drive around Spartanburg. You pay attention when it's fucking in Spartanburg. Anyway, didn't come to Anderson. Not only that, the district that Jim Clyburn represents has the highest rate of leg amputations in South Carolina from diabetes. Yeah. That's some fucked up shit, right? Yeah. Jim Clyburn's district that he's in has the highest rate of foot amputations due to diabetes and due to, poor health outcomes. And he's against Medicare for all. Remember that. Remember that. He came out and was like, no, Medicare for all. We ain't doing that shit. He also said, don't talk about defund the police. How you feel about defunding the police right now, Jim? How you feel, Jimmy? You still want to not defund the police? Remember, defund, that's a bad slogan. That's a bad slogan. That's a bad slogan. Dude, I was a precinct captain for President Obama, man. Remember, yes, we can? What are you talking about? Slogans don't win shit. Jesse Jackson running around here talking about, you can be somebody. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Power to the people? What the fuck are you talking about? That's the trick bag from Jim, right? But if you watch this interview, the shit was hilarious to me. The shit was funny as fuck to me. Listen, before I say this, there's a quote from Charlie Chaplin. You know Charlie Chaplin? There's a quote from Charlie Chaplin. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh or they'll kill you. So I'm going to say a bunch of jokes about this shit, but I'm trying to tell you some shit, so please pay attention, right? Jim Clyburn, man, he was talking about, I was in my secret office. I can't do his voice. I was in my secret office, and they came in. I don't know how they found me, and I had to run up out of there, and I left my iPad. He made a big deal about that fucking iPad, man. It was like, damn, Jim, what was on that iPad? Well, it had my Zataran's recipe for that fish fry, and then my 12 secret herbs and recipes. Nah, come on, Jim. What was really on that iPad? Jim Clyburn was probably on Snapchat trying to talk up some young thought, right? What's that comedian, Eddie Griffin? How did Eddie Griffin put it? He's like, hello, miss, can I interest you in an automobile? I'm sorry, but right, that's why he's upset about that iPad. He's like, I need that iPad back. There's some contacts on there I need you. Hey, can I buy you an automobile? Anyway, I'm sorry, but yeah, Jim's speaking a different tone now, right? He's speaking a different tone now. Yeah, he's speaking a different tone. I saw a video. I know y'all been seeing these videos all day, but I saw one video that tripped me the fuck out, man. Remember in the last video I told you don't trust these old civil rights people. Don't trust them. Man, not only should you not trust these civil rights people, don't trust these super Christians. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. What's her name? Blunt. Her last name's Blunt. How is her last name Blunt, but she ain't got no chill? There's a representative named Blunt. I can't remember her first name, but she's in this video. She's wearing like a red dress, right? She's the one in that video where they show you she's handing out masks, and the Republicans are like, I don't want to be political, and now an 80-year-old or 70-year-old cancer survivor now has COVID, right? That lady in the red dress that's handing out those masks. There's another video where they're busting into the Capitol, to the rotunda. And she's in the corner, and oh man, remember, if you want to tell people the truth, you have to make them laugh, or they will kill you. She's in the corner, man, and she's praying. Oh Lord, she's praying. She's praying. It's hilarious. You gotta look this shit up. It's fucking hilarious. Like, oh Jesus, help me. Jesus, oh Father God, help me. Oh Father, and they're busting in the window. She's just down there. Oh, it's just really. You ain't taking off your shoes, taking off your earrings. You ain't got a knife, nothing. You can't. Oh, Jesus, help us. Oh, Father God, help us. Oh, and the Lord helps those who help themselves. You telling me you ain't got a blade on you? Come on, man. Listen. and Jim Clyburn. Oh my God, what is up? What is up with these old civil rights leaders, man, or civil rights people? What is up? Why does Jim Clyburn look like the kind of person that would get into a fight at the parking lot of a liquor store? Listen, I grew up in the hood, yo. You know what I'm talking about. If you've ever been to the hood, you know what I'm talking about, man. You pull up at a liquor store and there'll be two fools just fighting in the parking lot. They throwing down, man. And then they get into the liquor store, and what you want? I'll take a pint of wild turkey. I'll have some E&J. Wait, is it Fireballs 2 for $11? I'll take 3 or 4 of them. Come on, man. Why do they look like this? Why? Speaking of utterly useless motherfuckers, Sheila Jackson Lee. Oh my God, how useless is this woman? her thing on reparations doesn't really mean anything on reparations. It's a scam. It's like, we'll study it. They got fucking libraries built about slavery. What the fuck do you need to study for? Sheila Jackson Lee was on. She was like, yeah, it seems like the police knew where to go. You think, bitch? You think? I mean, Jim Bojangles Jackson Jim Bojangles Clyburn running out of his office. He left his iPad, yo. Hey, listen. I know people that have left their children in the car and taken their iPad in the store. Come on, man. You know how scared Jim Clyburn was to leave his iPad? Can I buy you an automobile? For real, man. These people are not taking this shit seriously. I just read you the 14th Amendment, Section 3. Nancy Pelosi can list. She's the Speaker of the House. She can be like, Chuck, Ted Cruz, out. Hawley, out. Mo Brooks, out. This bitch that had the 9 million, out. All you bitches, out. You want to come back in? We'll take a vote after Joe Biden is sworn in as president, and if 2/3 of the remaining House want you bitches back in, you come back in. Otherwise, bye, Felicia. Bye. Bye, Felicia. That's what Nancy could do. That's what she could have done today, but she didn't. She's saying, we're going to give Mike Pence, we're the honor of the Republicans, and we're gonna hope that Mike Pence does the right thing. Nosferatu ain't doing the right thing, man. Nosferatu ain't doing the right thing. What kind of shit is that? It's like, listen, we're going to give Dracula one more chance, one more chance, and if he don't kill nobody, we good. Like, he just slaughtered like half the town. Yeah, but he said we're going to give him one more chance. What kind of dumb shit is this, man? What kind of dumb shit is this, man? Do not trust it when it's coming from the left. Chuck D just told you, do not trust the hand coming from the left. Nancy Pelosi's fucking around. She could pull this Article 14, Section 3, and not seat these people. She doesn't have to wait till the inauguration. She can pull them the fuck out right now, right? And say, we're going to take a vote on whether you get to be seated after Biden is sworn in, and the House, we're going to vote on this shit. She could do that, but she's not going to do that. They're fucking scared, man. Because if she pulls that shit, I promise you, Jayapal, Ilhan Omar, all these non-whites, remember the 2-block rule. The people who don't look white from a distance are going to be like, hey, we ain't stopping at Ted Cruz. We need to talk about who's in charge of the armories. What affiliations do they have? Right? Think about it this way, man. Think about it this way. If Clarence Thomas had a stroke tonight, I'm not saying Clarence Thomas should die tonight. I'm just saying if that greasy motherfucker decides to stroke out tonight, don't you believe that Mitch McConnell wouldn't convene the Senate to put another Supreme Court on there? Don't you fucking doubt that shit. So if Clarence Thomas stroking out tonight can get a Supreme Court justice can move Mitch McConnell's fucking zombie ass to put a Supreme Court, and then Nancy Pelosi needs to pull the trigger on this shit. And she's not. Remember what I told you. White supremacy, Christianity. I've noticed a couple of these white anchors are starting to say white supremacy. It's fucked up, right? Because you can't deny it now. You can't fucking deny it now. Right? Here's something you need to keep in mind. When that BLM protest, when the George Floyd protest showed up in the summer in Washington, D.C., all those people that were stacked up around the steps and all that dressed in gear, those were prison guards. Those were border security guards. Yeah. So you need to keep that shit in mind. Don't fucking, no. Do not give the respect to the badge that you've been conditioned to do. And definitely stay the fuck away from them. Turn the other cheek, motherfucker. Stay the fuck away from them. They're going to get you killed. That nonviolent shit will get you fucking killed. They'll get you killed. Don't do that shit. And now you got to look side-eye at these super Christians because you just saw what happened. You just saw it. What's her name? Representative Blunt. Oh, Father God. Oh, Jesus, please protect. Really, lady? Really? Listen. Protect those who cannot protect themselves. People in wheelchairs, people who are on oxygen, people like that shit. But if the shit pop off and you got some fool in a corner talking about, oh, help me, Father God, leave his ass. Let Father God help his ass. Let the sheep be slaughtered. They want Jesus to be their shepherd. Well, let them be slaughtered like sheep. Lions do not concern themselves with the affairs of sheep. Let them be sheep. These old civil rights people that want that easy death. Jim Clyburn wants that easy death. I got my laptop back. Would you like an automobile? Let them go. Okay, white supremacy. This is a thing. The FBI. Let me see if I can pull it up, man. I had it on my phone. I sent it to some friends because it's a serious goddamn thing. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. FBI has information indicating armed protests being planned at all 50 state capitals and U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. in the days leading up to Joe Biden, President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration January 20th, according to an internal bulletin obtained by CNN. The FBI. Remember that August PDB back in 2001? Bin Laden determined to strike the United States using planes as weapons? That PDB came out on August 19th, August 20th, September 11th. The FBI is telling you that there are armed assaults planned at state capitals and at D.C. on or before the 20th. Nancy Pelosi, with the 14th Amendment, Section 3, can pull anyone who's ever sworn to uphold the Constitution. Let's read that shit one more time, just in case you fucking forgot. Let's read that shit one more goddamn time. One more again. Let's read that shit one more time. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as any executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid to the enemies thereof, but Congress may by vote of 2/3 of each house remove such disability. Remove such disability. That means if Nancy Pelosi kicks out Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley and Mo Brooks and 147 representatives that help this shit, 2/3 of both houses, of the House of Representatives and the Senate, has to vote to bring them back in. Do you think 2/3 of the senators are going to vote to bring back Ted Cruz? The Democrats have a majority in the House. They have more than 50%. There is no way that if Nancy Pelosi kicks out those representatives, see the trick bag? Do you see the trick bag? Yeah. See the trick bag? Yeah. If Nancy Pelosi wanted to do some shit, that's what she's doing. She's stalling with this, we're going to count on Mike Pence's nobility of character. We're going to count on Dracula, sticking to the diet of cow's blood. This shit, man. Listen. Keep your head on swivel. Pay attention to your surroundings. Okay? Especially in the upcoming days. Stay the fuck away from these, turn the other cheek. Oh, Father God. Stay the fuck away from them. Stay the fuck away from them. If you want to live, right? Don't stay the fuck away from them. They're not going to help us. They're not going to help us. They're not going to fight for us. And they'll be the first ones on the ground waiting for that goddamn blade to fall through. No. No, leave them motherfuckers alone. No. Anybody talking to you about turn the other cheek and, oh, Nancy's doing the best she can. No, Nancy's not doing the best she can. Nancy can kick these motherfuckers out right the fuck now. She could do it tomorrow morning. She could have done it today and she didn't do it. That one representative, that what I played to you at the beginning of this video, that was yesterday, 24 hours ago. That was actually, yeah, it's 10 minutes after 1 now. That was 25 hours ago. Talking about, yeah, and then the chief of police talking about, yeah, this person didn't, and then the U.S. Army guy the U.S. Army secretary resigning. Nancy's fucking around. If Nancy was serious, she'd pull this and have them kick the fuck out, right? If Joe Biden was serious, or not Joe Biden, if Chuck Schumer was serious, here's the thing. Officers in the military, they take their oath to the Senate. They take their oath to the Senate, right? Yeah. Chuck Schumer could call in military officers, field grade officers. We're talking about colonels, generals. Yeah. He could call them in and they could look through all their fucking troops. Every one of you motherfuckers. Because remember when George Bush the Dumber invaded Iraq, they lowered the standards. There's quite a few people with criminal records and affiliations that would never be allowed in the military before that are in now. If Chuck Schumer was serious because of that provision about military, and military officers get their commission through the Senate, military officers get their commission through the fucking Senate, okay? He could look through all of that shit, from the general to lieutenant to full bird colonel to lieutenant colonel to captain to lieutenants, all through that shit. VMI, Virginia Military Institute, the Citadel, fucking racist ass place that place is, all that shit. Go all through it. Here's something else you need to understand. How could I just kill a man, right? Here's something you need to understand. Do you remember in the summer when they showed you all those cell phones in Fort Lauderdale, and then they split out through the country? Well, they went back to Peoria, and they went back to Cleveland, they went back to Dallas, and they went all that shit. You know how they did that? They did that through something called Carnivore. Carnivore was implemented in 2004, part of the War on Terror, Homeland Security. Carnivore is located, well, there's actually 3 of them, but the big one is located in just outside of Bangor, Maine. It's a big fucking telecommunications surveillance net, right? If you drop certain code words, I'm not going to drop them here, but certain code words about, you know, nuclear weapons and bombs and shit like that, Carnivore will start intercepting, right? It'll start recording for 10 or 12 seconds. I think Popular Mechanics did a report on it like 8 years ago, and it records for about 15 seconds if a couple of code words are dropped. And then it'll keep recording as long as those code words are dropped, and once you hit like a 30 or 40 second breach, it notifies an agent to watch you and whoever the fuck you're talking to, or whoever you're sending that email to. That's Carnivore. They know exactly who was at the state D.C. They know. They know. Your phone, even if you turn it off and put it on airline mode, the Wi-Fi will locate you. It'll identify you, because it'll ping off your phone and it'll identify you. Yeah. They know who the fuck is there. All this bullshit about, you know, this person, zip tie man and horn inbred dude or whoever the fuck he is, right? Those are not the people you need to be worried about. You need to be worried about the people who were active law enforcement that were there and went back to their fucking police precinct. You need to worry about the National Guard dude that works at the depot. You need to worry about that dude. There were quite a few medical people, believe it or not. Nurses. Think about that. Think about that. Nurses, medical professionals, EMTs, lawyers. Lawyers they swear in court. Yeah. Police officers, jailers, all that shit. Yeah, if Nancy Pelosi was serious, she could pull all this shit down. But she's not serious. She's playing these fucking games. She's stalling, right? She's stalling. This is some bullshit, man. This is not going to end well. Okay? Watch your fucking back. Do not trust these motherfuckers who are telling you to turn the other cheek and not, no. And these, oh, Father God, oh, Jesus, oh, Father God. Let them pray. And if they want to be the sheep for Jesus being their shepherd, let Jesus come get their ass. Don't waste your time and energy on them people, man. Save who you can. Defend those who can't defend themselves, but don't be fucking defending the ones that's been telling you to turn the other cheek and the shit go left. Oh, help me. No. Turn the other cheek, see what happens. We gotta pray. Father God, help us out. No, this is not the time for that shit. And the ones that are telling you it's time for that shit, when the shit goes left, you need to let them fucking go. Because they'll get you fucking killed. That nonviolent, turn the other, oh, Father God, that shit will get you fucking killed. That shit will get you fucking killed. Alright? Those people had a fucking noose and a gallows set up. If they could have snatched up Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Mike Pence, you saw the videos, hang Mike Pence. They were going to hang that motherfucker. You guys need to look up Wilmington, North Carolina, when a white mob overthrew the government, man. This shit has happened before. Don't let these white people fucking off the hook like this. If Nancy Pelosi was serious, that 14th Amendment, Section 3, yeah. Chuck Schumer was serious, 2/3 of each house to reinstate. Not 2/3 to get them kicked out. That's the trick bag that Nancy Pelosi's playing on you. The 14th Amendment is a lot easier for her to kick out Ted Cruz, Holly, all of those 140. So just kick them out and like, look, you want to be back in? We'll take a vote. That vote is a lot easier for her to be fucking around on than this, we'll vote on impeachment and, you know, the goodness of the Republicans. Yes, the goodness of the Republicans. Dracula's going to stay on his fucking cow blood diet. Don't you believe that shit. Don't you believe that shit. Don't you trust these motherfuckers, right? They just showed you. They just showed up at the fucking Capitol and they were let out, and it's all like, oh, we got the next one, No, man, you could have got all these motherfuckers, and all their posts on Facebook and all that shit, everyone who clicked like, y'all need to be talking to them, but you're not. You're feeding us this bullshit. I'm telling you, watch yourself. Keep your head on the swivel, right? Be safe. Peace.